Hello, adventurer, and welcome to our Heroes of Theros actual playthrough. As always, it is a safe for work, story-driven D&D campaign. If you are a first-time viewer, we recommend starting your quest on episode 1. Otherwise, stick around and be transported to the mythic world of Theros. Last time, our heroes scrambled as they tried to escape the falling chains. Thinking quickly, Thalassa cast Gust of Wind in order to slow the chains' fall, while Vasilis sprinted to safety. Alondros, realizing his fly spell would end in Callan falling to his death, ran towards the chains in an attempt to save his friend. Thalassa and Vasilis barely made it to safety as they watched Alondros sling spells and bet his own life against time. Barely making it to his friend, Alondros and Callan defied all expectations by narrowly escaping being crushed by the final chain link. And that is where we left off. A thick dust cloud begins to settle around you as broken earth was kicked up by these massive chain links crashing to the ground. Thalassa and Vasilis, you are awesome. You're alive.
Yes.
But several hundred feet away from where the final link landed. And from your perspective, you can't tell whether or not that Alondros and Callan made it. Essentially, the last chain fell and blocks your line of sight, pointed into the direction where you last saw them.
Are we close to each other, he and I?
Yes. I think you're...
Because I couldn't remember if we matched up or what.
You guys, you're pretty close.
Vasilis! Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Just he's absolutely out of breath from all of the running.
Yeah, you're like dying too.
Yeah.
And then I'll try to like make my way through the dust just to him.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then
are you what is Vasilis doing right now?
Dry heaving.
Oh yeah. Is he laying like on his back or is he like on his hands and knees?
Hands and knees.
Yeah.
I assume I find him.
Yeah. So you come across a Vasilis who's breathing heavily and dry heaving on his hands and knees, just like coughing into the ground, into the dust.
Okay, I want to go over and like put my hand on his shoulder and give him 20 points with my laying hands.
Sweet.
That's a lot. Jeez.
I'm beefy now. And then...
Honestly, I needed that. If one of those chains hit me, I would have died.
I know.
Yep.
Well, should we go find the others, see if they even made it?
Yeah.
Are you okay now?
I'm good. Thank you.
And then I'll kind of help him up, and then I guess we'll kind of walk the direction we last knew that they were at.
It takes several minutes I'm assuming you're not trying to climb over the chains, but going around the links.
Yeah.
To rock around these football-sized links, it takes you several minutes to get to the other side.
Okay.
Football stadium.
Yeah, sorry. What did I say?
Football size.
It's just a football-sized link.
Just a football.
It's gonna take us minutes to
But-
climb over that.
Football field, football stadium-sized links.
I knew what you meant.
Thank you. Bigger than a football, yes. Callan and Landros.
Alondros. Thank you.
Yes. I couldn't have lived with myself if I would have caused your downfall.
You know, you really need to stop trying to sacrifice yourself. I would have been fine. As I fall onto my back and just look up at the sky. What do I see?
You see like a
Does it look, here, let me be more specific. Does it look any different than it did before? And are there other chains falling around us?
Yeah, so you're sort of hearing the distant sounds of the other chains. Chains hit each other or hit where you're at right now. But you look up and what was sort of this stormy, overcast look, which you realized was this hair, now appears darker and duller. But where the chains were connected to the ceiling, to the roof, to the space.
Roof.
Yeah, the quote roof of the underworld. You actually see of the Nyx sky distantly above those spaces.
Huh. You know, sorry, my mouse disappeared and the music was
worries.
so loud. Alondros, am I hallucinating, or can you see that too? And I'll point up towards the Nyx sky.
Which hand do you point up with?
My left hand.
Because which hand has your crucifix symbol on it?
My left hand.
Okay.
Oh, good, you still have that hand.
That's good.
That's where I thought that was going.
And I'd kind of look up and kind of brush this dust off of my face. It appears that you've brought the sign of your god to the underworld. Maybe a little beauty will do them well down here.
I appreciate the optimism, but well, we should find the others and then I'll explain what happened.
Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
Just then, coming around the corner, you hear and see.
Londos!
We're over here.
Where's over here?
And like stick my arm up and wave it. I'm picturing we're like sitting on the ground, like half, like
Yeah.
you know, not in great shape, you know, just
No.
kind of resting after all of this, like just kind of stick up my hand and just like wave it.
I wave
Yeah.
my arms on the ground, both of them. kind of make a dust angel.
We're coming.
And
What?
and as they're kind of making their way over, I'd put my arm or my hand on Callan's knee or like his leg and just kind of like tap it and just say, I'm glad that you're alive. Glad that you made it.
Me too.
And then upon reaching them, I'll just kind of lunge and give them a hug together, kind of push them onto the ground. You both made it!
Only because of Alondros.
Well, what happened?
It was a team effort.
Sure.
Well, what did you do this time?
Why do you assume that I caused this?
You were the only one to go.
Okay. So, do you all remember when you all touched Colossus's hair in the ocean?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I just wanted to see where the chains went, and as I got towards the top, I noticed that the chains were all going through what looked like hair. And as I got closer, I realized that it was Colossus's hair. As I say her name, does anything happen?
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
So, you saw your destiny.
No. So I was very curious, a little scared, but very curious. I was taken in a vision or physically, I don't know which, to her domain. And she told me that the gods of this realm need us more than we need them. And that without our faith, they are nothing. And then she asked me what I would like to see. And I asked to see where Adelphos was. And he's very happy. I mean, he's where he deserved to end up. I can't think of what it is. I'm not a scholar. Alondros, Vasilis.
Are you speaking of Elysium?
Yes, that's the one. He's in Elysium. I mean, it looked like a big party. Everybody was playing games and competing, and it was beautiful, and he seemed happy, and it made me question whether us coming here to bring him back was just selfish desires. And then, after that vision, Clothis died.
She what?
She died. I don't know how it works with the god. Maybe she. I mean, we know that Abdo has been trying to destroy her temples and destroy her followers, and it looks like either what he's done or what he just did was successful.
Well, she was the only one he was going after.
Because she is keeping... I don't know. I don't know if it's monsters back. I mean, I know that we've had those... There's that myth or legend. But as I motion up towards the sky. It seems to have almost separated the underworld from at least Nyx.
Can we even get back then?
Yes, I think we can.
So, what you're saying is that we came down here in vain. Everything. None of it matters. Londros, or Adelphos, is happy. Lothus is dead. And apparently, Abdo was right. Theseus was right. The gods don't need us. Or the gods need us. We don't need them. So why are we here?
I don't know. I mean, in my...
I don't know. But I can say for sure, Callum, that our endeavors here were not selfish. I think that this quest was quite noble. We came to rescue a friend.
But does he even need rescuing? I mean, he's at peace.
It's true, but we didn't know before now.
It's always best to go to your friend's side, even if they don't need it.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt to ask.
Knowing him, he'd go. He would give it all up for us.
Would he be sent back to the same place if it happens again?
No. I don't know if it'd be fair to even ask.
I feel like I asked a bad question. I should have asked, like, how do we restore Adelphos' soul? How do we get out of the underworld, you know?
No, I think you asked the right question. I just think that we have been following the wrong answers.
Yeah, that kind of seems to be the trend here, huh? That kind of seems to be our motto at this point.
Yeah. I mean, are we even heroes of Theros? You know, or are they...
I feel like that title has been very forced on us. I
Yeah.
know I'm not saying we haven't done some good things, but Thalassa also killed that dude with that sling.
I feel bad for it, okay?
I'm not trying to point fingers.
Wait,
But
what
if
is
somebody's
this,
gonna go-
Thalassa? What is this about you killing a man?
Nothing. Okay, that one time when we all went to, I believe it was the Rosebud or something.
Tavern. Were you all with us?
That's,
I believe Alondros
in
was there.
Akros.
Yeah, yep. That's the one.
Yeah, you know when Theseus was a little bit mad at what was his name? The captain. Anyway,
The general?
Yes, and then we ran into him at the tavern.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was having a good time, and then I decided to just shoot someone with my sling.
Well, that bar fight broke out.
Yes.
I thought that was Theseus who killed him. You're telling me this whole time that it was you.
Yes, it
Look
was
at
me.
Thalassa. I kind of forgot that we let Theseus take that one.
It wasn't the right
I believe
time.
he was charged with that.
What?
I believe that Theseus was charged with that.
Yes, he was.
I couldn't say my words without me then too being obtained and not being able to help him.
I mean, he was already kind of evil, right?
I felt really bad.
Or did we just push him into it?
I mean, we definitely assisted it.
We definitely assisted it. I mean, we absolutely should have shut it down after the gloves. The gloves were bad.
I feel
Yes.
very bad about my decision to not say anything.
Well,
And I believe I apologized to him. Maybe I didn't.
I think you did.
Anyway, those of us that were there know the truth.
I was just trying to make a funny laugh. Kind of forgot we didn't tell anybody about that.
yeah, because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that like I
Oh, we
chewed
did
out
tell.
Theseus
Yeah,
for it, and
yeah.
like
Yeah.
even told the guard like, yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Theseus killed that guy.
Yeah, like you're
You
like,
did.
Straight up.
yeah,
Yeah.
You did. And I was just sitting there quiet, like,
yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely let Theseus
I
take the fall
did,
for
and I
that one.
felt bad. I still feel bad.
Oh, there's much that we have done in the past that led to some awful things. I guess now we must make up for our sins.
Yeah, we need to figure out what we're going to do to make a positive impact for the future.
Yes. And hope that by the time we make it back to the mortal realm that it's not all destroyed by these monsters that Clothis was holding back.
Yeah.
Before we do anything, I need a rest.
I agree.
I think we all need rest.
Yes.
Rest.
Rushed.
You take a long rest.
Yes, please.
Okay, how are you just laying down in the dirt right where you stand? Is that
Nope.
how are you guys gonna
He
rest?
wants to climb into one of the
I
chain
was going to say, do we
links.
want to climb up into the inside of the chain?
And
You
then
can if you
and
want
then
to.
put up a mysteriously inconspicuous.
Mysteriously inconspicuous cube?
Inside the
I do have. I mean, oh, it is a is it a ritual?
I believe so.
You
I
said
because
think
I think
so.
it is.
Yeah,
so,
that's
yeah,
how they made
yeah.
I
two
think
of
you
them.
can do it as a ritual. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can set that up.
Okay. All right. So, you're wanting to climb into one of these
Well, how
links?
How tall
just
are
by
the
observing
chains
it, yeah, like how difficult
Yeah.
is it gonna be? Like,
with them laying down?
So you, it's probably 20 or 30 feet climb.
okay.
And it's gonna be moderately difficult. The chains appear to be made of like iron, and
it's like pretty smooth.
no, actually, there's it's like almost there's some porous chunks. If you've ever like zoomed into like wrought iron or old iron, it's got like little holes in it almost, just divots from erosion essentially. So it would make for decently easy climbing. Not decently easy, moderate climbing to climb over. It's not like scaling a smooth surface.
Okay.
It would be like rock climbing.
I personally, I just don't want to risk falling. I'm weak. Maybe we can go
Yes,
between two chain links.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And this will
Because-
block at least people from seeing.
Yep.
So even if they come to like investigate the chains, like
They won't see.
hopefully
the
they don't
Yeah.
pick ours, and
No,
we can
because-
hide. And
Yeah. So because
Okay.
the chains are connected, you're able to find a space in between the two as they're laying up on the ground. which makes for actually a really good shelter. The ceiling is low. It's about 10 feet above your head and sloped downwards, meeting the ground with sort of a rounded, bigger edge to one side, making for a tunnel about 30 feet, 40 feet long. But yeah, it's a pretty decent enclosure. And if you do your ritual, then yes, anybody that comes to look through there would just look right through. They wouldn't be able to see anything.
And is there any sort of sticks or wood or anything that I could start a fire with?
Yes, there is sort of this dry brush, sort of this scrub around.
Okay. So the food that we started making back at the and when we were in the arena, the Coliseum,
Yeah.
I would like to kind of get a fire going with some prestidigitation and kind of reheat that up.
Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of dead scrub you can use. Yeah, you're able to start fire.
We need a token.
Thank you for reminding me. It's been a minute. View would work, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to start a fire in your little mysteriously inconspicuous hut. And as before, you noticed when you were making the food in the arena that you had about 4 days worth of food left.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk past Thalassa. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot. But I'm going to bed.
The truth was bound to come out at some time.
I just can't help it. I'm such a good person now. I just have to be honest, you know?
Right.
Well, anyways. Good night.
Yeah, you better sleep real tight.
Give her a little kiss on the cheek.
I shove him away.
And as I am going to pass out, I want to... Can we see out of this cube?
Mm-hmm.
I want to just be gazing up at trying to pick out the Nick sky, and then I want to look at my hand and just kind of hold it up next to it.
Okay. So there's a chain above your head, essentially. Like,
then in that case,
you're in like a lean-to.
I want
Does that make
to,
sense?
yes. Then I want to lay there, and I want to look up, seeing the chains. I'll take my hand and hold it there like I'm looking at the stars.
Okay.
And then I pass
Yeah.
out.
All right. What is everybody else doing as they wind down for this long rest?
I'm gonna get some food. And then I'm probably gonna go fall asleep.
I would like to sneak over to where Callan is, kind of dig through his personal belongings, and take the music box that I gave him. And I would like to switch out the spells.
Okay.
If I have the spell slots for it. Okay. Yeah, I've got just enough spell slots.
Nice.
Okay, so I'm gonna basically use the remainder of my spell slots, and I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna switch it out for heat, metal, invisibility, and misty step.
Sweet.
So,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go in and put it back in his. Write a little note on it that just kind of says, "I switched these out for these spells." Kind of stick it on and slide it back in.
Okay.
And then I would maybe jot down a few notes in my book, but I would not take the time to fill it out, and then I'd go pass out.
Okay. Vasilis, are you doing anything in particular?
I would say that Vasilis is polishing his sword.
Actually,
Sort of
no.
this.
I
His
was
armor.
just
Okay.
gonna say, before I fall asleep, I kind of sketch out like a very, very simple map of just like where we've been.
Okay. Yeah. I like that.
And then fall asleep as I'm drawing it.
That's great. Because you are proficient in cartography too, aren't you?
Indeed, I am.
Okay. All right. Callan,
Mm-hmm.
as you sleep, roll me a insight check.
12.
Okay. Your dreams. What are Callan's dreams normally?
I would say they are a combination of nightmares and with always the attempt to be good. So
Okay.
they're less of positive dreams and more like him being caught in a bad situation and trying to be good and dealing with all those emotions of it.
Gotcha. So it's more situations based on self.
Yep.
Okay. You begin to dream. This dream feels different, though. As if drawing on a memory that seems so familiar. Sort of like deja vu, but not really a memory. And you see flashes of Theseus. You see him with the sword of Mogus marching at the head of a great army. And you see that he stops at the foot of a active volcano, staring into a large doorway going. And then you wake up suddenly with some pain in your right hand. Like a burning sensation.
My right hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my hand. Front, back, anything visible?
Mm-hmm. So, you... On the back of your hand looks normal, but on the palm of your hand, not unlike your symbol of Crufix, you have a new symbol. And it is a white hair between two scissors, which you know to be the symbol of Clothis. And it shimmers much like Nyx does, but this with like a shiny, silvery white shimmer.
We're all still sleeping
Is
yet.
everybody still sleeping?
I mean, how do you wake up?
I would shoot up, but I wouldn't. I'm accustomed to having nightmares, but that one felt very real. I'm gonna.
So yes, everyone is still sleeping then.
I'm gonna go over to Thalassa and kind of shake her awake.
What is it?
Hey, I'm sorry. It's I had a very peculiar dream. I saw Theseus marching into a volcano. I need you to draw some things for me.
Okay. And I'll kind of get up, shuffle papers, get my drawing tools.
Mhm.
And I will describe the volcano to her the best that I can.
Okay.
I'll draw it from his description, and is this about what you think?
That's pretty close.
Why am I doing this?
I just don't... I know that I normally remember things, but things are a little weird right now, and I'll show her my right hand.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
I don't know. I'm not trying to collect them all.
Sorry, Pokemon popped in my head.
That's what I was going for.
Is that...
Yes, Clothis' symbol.
Are you the new her?
I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing. I didn't make a deal with her or anything.
I'm still waking up. I don't
Well,
understand.
go back to sleep. Go back to sleep. It's okay. We'll talk about it in the morning with the others. I feel like it's a conversation we should have with everybody.
Yes. Can you sleep again?
I'll figure it out.
Okay. And I'll just like tuck my drawing under the pillow. Or whatever I'm using as like a pillow. And then just zonk back out.
It takes me a good 40 minutes to go back to sleep.
Okay.
I just sit there and stare at the new symbol and hold them next to each other and touch them to each other, see if anything happens.
It explodes. No, just kidding. When you touch them together, it's not like magnets. It's not like your hands stick together, but you can feel a sensation as if energy is being like energy is being exchanged between the two.
Last thing I'll say is I'll just look at my Krufik symbol.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you have some answers for this. Because I have no idea why I have it. And I'll just fall asleep with my right hand facing my face, just staring at the symbol.
You're able to sleep, and you seem to have much the same sort of dreams you don't normally do.
Okay.
Somebody roll me a d20.
Zane's on it.
I got it.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, here we go. Natural 20.
Let's go.
Ooh, natural
Natural
12 with a really sick dice.
Let's go,
Oh, yeah.
natural 12!
There are a couple times some of you sound of like a wandering cyclops, minotaur, but none seem to take any care or notice to your location.
That's good.
Excellent.
And other than that, your night is spent without much disturbance.
We didn't even set a watch.
Nope.
know.
Everyone literally was just like, we fall asleep.
Honestly, it makes sense. We were all exhausted.
We were all
Oh, yeah.
exhausted. I was.
No, I think there's a level of like safety you feel inside the mysteriously inconspicuous cube.
So
So-
inconspicuous.
Okay, and then morning, I say morning quotations, but it's sort of like never-ending sunset,
Mm-hmm.
dusk here, but you all awake a few hours later.
So let me see it. I woke up like it was Christmas morning.
Thalassa. Really close.
Yeah,
Hi.
well, you woke me up, so come on.
Alright. Getting up.
Everybody. Hello.
So,
Alondros.
Yes.
I'll
Okay.
just
As I'm kind of waking up and folding things up, and just kind of making sure that the tent's all neatly packed, and
You're
all
like
that stuff.
sweeping your area.
Yeah.
of
And I
dust.
don't even say Vasilis' name. I just go over and grab him and pull him over. Come on.
I had a dream last night.
He had a dream.
I saw Theseus at the head of a Mogus army heading towards a volcano. Thalassa Exhibit A. Volcano looked like that. And
Oh, go ahead.
when I woke up, they were entering a doorway or something. I don't know exactly. But then I woke up with a burning sensation in my hand, and I have this. And you see the symbol of Clothis.
Wait. And I kind of grab your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Could I roll some sort of something to like kind of see what type of energy is this giving off? Let me start over.
Okay.
What type of energy is this giving off?
Okay. Do you want to roll to see what kind of?
Sorry, you're gonna have to repeat that.
So if what I'm understanding you're asking is you want to do a roll to see what kind of energy is emanating from his hand.
If you believe that I need to make a roll, then yes.
I think you would know that it's not unlike his other symbol
Okay.
in nature.
And as I kind of rub my finger on it, it kind of like has the same. I kind of imagine it. I don't know, Connor. You can do this, but it kind of like almost like sparkles, like a holographic Pokemon card or something. Like it kind of like as you move your finger over it, like it almost moves,
Mhm.
right? Kind of like his other one.
Love
Yeah.
it.
It's like it's virtually the same as the other one. It's like a tattoo.
I didn't even make a deal with her or anything.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I already did that once, and that was a brash decision. I mean, that was...
Well,
I don't know what it means.
Whatever
Does-
it is, it's a souvenir.
I believe that it means also that whether she's gone or not, her energy, her mantle still exists. And that's hopeful.
How does your hair feel? I know that's a silly question.
It's
but
probably pretty gross, Thalassa.
well, I
But you're
didn't
welcome
know if
to
maybe it grew.
run your fingers through it. Just maybe start at the ends so you don't pull all the knots out.
No, it's fine. And then I'll grab your hands and I'll kind of put them close to each other.
Yeah, I was doing this last night, and I can like almost feel an exchange of energy between them.
Is that bad?
I don't know. It doesn't hurt, but it's there.
Does it drain?
Also, does it drain? What do you mean? Like,
Does it feel like it drains Colossus from?
No, it just feels like an exchange. It just feels,
Like a mutual exchange?
yeah, maybe not even an exchange, but just the energies are matching.
Ah,
Interesting.
Frequencies, whatever that is,
pulsating.
you know.
You
You're like, I'm thinking of a word.
This-
Frequency, maybe?
This weird homeless guy was ranting about it on the streets of Akros.
Do you feel as though you have any additional abilities from her?
I don't think so.
Well, you did have that dream.
About Theseus.
Yes.
And it was during the dream or before?
I had the dream. I saw Theseus walking up to some door of some volcano. And then I woke up with a burning sensation in my hand. And the symbol was there.
I'm going to kind of ruffle through my stuff and pull out a little notebook that I have. Yes. I believe, as I kind of flipping through, that's supposedly where Perforus
Yeah, Vasilis.
lives in some sort of this world volcano or of some kind. Vasilis, would you have any prior knowledge of this?
It's not far from Akros, is it?
Yeah, it's not. It's called Mount Velus. It's an active volcano not far. Your sword was forged out of the volcanic obsidian from Mount Velus. And
That's pretty cool.
it that is believed to be the domain. The inside of the volcano is believed to be the domain of Perseus, the god of the forge.
I'll walk over to him and hand him my drawing.
What does Theseus want with him?
Whatever he wants.
A weapon?
It means-
maybe?
He has a weapon.
Yeah, he has a weapon.
A pretty insane
We-
weapon.
Maybe he wants more. Or maybe he somehow is out to kill a god, but with a mortal army. I don't know if that's...
I can imagine that's possible, but then again,
Yeah.
He did talk about it.
that's true. I wonder if Mogus is using him.
Either way, I don't think it's good.
No, I definitely think we need to take him out of the picture. I don't think Abdo's doing anybody any favors either. Certainly not the gods. Also, Alondros, I don't like your use of the word mantle. I don't know. I don't like that I have that. Does that mean that responsibility's mine? I don't know, but it makes me uncomfortable.
Caleb,
Don't-
he was afraid of commitment.
Very much so. Immensely, yes.
It's just godhood, Callan. It's nothing.
What do you
nothing
mean?
huge.
This is
No,
why
but
I asked
I-
you about your hair.
I'm not sure what it could mean, but it's an interesting thought to ponder. Thalassa, do you care if I hold on to this as I hold up your drawing?
Go for it.
I'm going to kind of tuck it into my notebook and close it up.
It's going in the book.
Going in the book.
Haha, I made it in the book.
I mean, you're probably in the book, but your drawing made it in
My
the
art
book.
made it in the book.
Now Alondros has to go back to the chapter where Theseus killed that guy and cross it out, make an addendum. Goes to the back of the book,
Footnote.
addendum 1. Theseus did not kill that guy.
It was Thalassa.
Thalassa. Evil?
After-
Question mark?
Hashtag.
Theseus good? Thalassa evil?
Well, I don't think we should dilly-dally here anymore. The way out is farther down the wall that in the direction we were heading. It's the endless sea where lost sailors go. So I'm sure that's going to be a joy to traverse.
You're saying that it's just continuous from one to the next.
That's what it looked like.
Interesting. That's
When I flew up, I could see it, right? Or was that in my vision? Okay, I could see it. That's what I thought.
Both.
Because in my
So when
vision,
you
I
flew
like
up,
shot
you could
across
see
it.
Yeah, but your vision, you traveled to Elysium.
It's definitely not how I pictured the underworld working, but interesting. I'm
Yes.
jot a few notes down.
So we just walk far enough?
I guess.
So why has nobody, as I gesture to all these coliseums, ever tried it before?
I think there's an order to things, and I think that we are outside of those laws and order.
Interesting.
I don't think that they can confine us like they can the sentenced individuals. Just
Almost
a
like
theory.
they have some sort of a seal on them that binds
Yeah.
them to this place or something.
Yes.
That is interesting. Well, let's hope we are not marked by any sort of taint, right?
Yes. I'm sure I'm not, as I hold up both my hands.
Vasilis looks down at his.
Yeah, his feet that are.
I was just gonna say, I take my boots off and look at the
necrosis
bottom of my
legs.
feet. There's 3 more symbols on each foot. Oh, come on! I'm one guy.
Every single god that you've interacted with, you have a mark somewhere on your body. You just haven't noticed it until now.
In the very
There's
end,
one
you
like
just
on your.
like-
There's some like on your shoulder blades.
Like
He's
in
got one like on his lower back.
in
David,
freaking Land of the Lost when he gets bit by that mosquito and he wakes up the next morning and stretches and he's got a just massive lump on his back.
Yeah.
Do you see anything? No.
You like flip your lip inside out like a lip tattoo, and there's like another symbol there.
Symbol of fate axe.
Yeah.
Well, should we continue onward then? I would very
Yes.
much like to get out of this.
We need to. We're going to run out of food if we don't move.
I mean, I think I can make food and water.
From water?
Let me consult my god and I'll get back to you in just a second. I don't know if I have that spell.
Well,
I mean, we could always kill a cyclops. I'm not opposed to monsters.
eating cyclops.
minotaur?
would be gross.
I bet minotaurs make great steaks.
I've heard they're kind of tough.
I can
A little
imagine.
chewy.
Probably not very, you know. Probably
Little
not,
gamey.
Yeah, probably not marbly.
Depends. Are they a lazy one or are they a fit one?
The lazy one would definitely be easier to catch and kill.
Do they even have a body to produce said meat, though?
Probably not.
I don't know. The ones we've interacted with seem very full.
But then they just die and they come back.
True. Wouldn't want to become
Yeah.
part Minotaur or Cyclops by eating part of them
Science
or whatnot.
behind that is wild. It's like, does that mean you couldn't technically eat it because if they just in there anyway?
Yeah, would the nutrients just like
It's got the
evaporate from you? It can't give me no nutrients.
Nutrients.
Can it just like
Nutrients.
evaporate from you to them? Like,
Hey, give me no Cyclops powers.
No.
Mother,
Callan,
what murder?
Callan eats it, and then now he's just got another eyeball right here.
they give me
Give me
no,
no
Those Cyclops pals, they give me no noochie.
All right, so are you gonna make your way deeper towards Narano?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That was
All
a
right.
very questionable yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because how are we going to traverse an endless ocean?
In a boat.
What, you got a boat in a bottle?
Sure.
As we're walking...
The one time that a foldable boat would have been useful
Right.
to
Right.
purchase, right? Like,
Oh.
I did learn a thing in Boy Scouts. If we each get a pants,
Yes!
we can
tie
tie the
knots!
And splash.
Take it and splash
Air
into the
into it,
water
blow
really
air
quick.
into it and float on our pants.
That's right.
I wonder if the same works with a toga.
So many knots just to make a bubble.
Yes.
I can create food and water. I can also purify
can?
food and water as well.
That's really good. I can mend things.
So if we find a piece of broken, moldy bread, you can mend it,
I'll heal
and
it.
I can purify it.
Yes,
We're fine.
we're good. No, but that is good to know because,
It doesn't taste good, I'm sure, but
well, I have prestidigitation. I can make it taste good.
Wow.
Boom.
So we're
the
good to go.
unstoppable crew here.
No
You
bull. Can stand the might of our party.
that's right.
you all begin your trek further in. The wall, though not difficult to follow, is sort of crisscrossed with these fallen chains. And it takes a while for you to walk through Agonas. And sort of walking around these massive fallen chains. Will somebody roll me a D? Begin your trek.
A D20?
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing it? Am I doing it? Who's doing it?
Go for it, Shane.
Okay. Got a 7.
Okay. Sticking close to the chains, you were able to make it through Agonas without great difficulty. You're able to avoid any roaming war bands and also any sort of stray Cyclops, or in this case, Phylaxia, who roam the landscape in search of lost souls. And after, I'm going to do a bit of a fast forward here. After a few days walking, you camping out, inconspicuously mysteriously inconspicuous shelter, and exhausted. Thalassa, you, well, without seeing or hearing anything first, smell a familiar smell. Sort of this salt in the air. The smell of an ocean. And as you all you begin to hear the sound crashing onto a shoreline. And before long, you are able to see Narano.
Well, it at least smells a lot better and looks a lot prettier.
And just imagine that these chains are not connected to the.
Yeah, they're now fallen over.
They are
Right.
now fallen over,
there
but there were
land?
no pictures. There is. You see that Narano is dotted with islands, ranging in size and shape and vegetation. You cannot see the other side of Narano, but you do see masses of land sort of jutting up on the horizon.
Do we see any boats?
Yes, you see coming from behind an island not far offshore a ship with a black sail bearing a red hand dripping water. And as the ship comes into view, you read along the side, "The Obtainer."
No way.
I'm sure it's a coincidence.
It's not a coincidence.
It's probably a different obtainer, right?
Yeah, from a different guild that bears the same red hand.
And then I see Kevin up in the crow's nest.
Hey, you guys.
Nope, that's definitely the right one.
Well.
Are we about to steal a ship?
Why does it have to be that ship?
Because fate is a cruel thing, Alondros. How far away is it?
Aren't you now like the master of fate or something?
That's a good point.
The seer of fate.
You
is
could
what he
see.
is.
I
What does
don't-
your hand look like? Is it doing anything?
I hold it out to the ocean.
It parts. No. It's the same as your other hand. And I forgot to mention also that you see this wall that you were following continues through the ocean. It just submerges under the waves essentially.
What?
Mm-hmm. And plunges, I mean, this is an ocean. It's not like a lake. It plunges so deep that you can't see it anymore.
Yeah.
Did you look over the wall?
I think
Dude.
we did. It was just the same. It just looked like Agathos.
Same.
And in answer to your question, Connor, the ship is about 100 yards away from shore.
Well, I can get the ship to us if we're. What are we doing?
I mean, listen, I know that ideally it's not the best ship, and I know this is gonna sound weird coming from a Triton who's born underwater, but I hate deep water. In the normal world, let alone in the underworld.
You're always in deep water.
I'm not talking about metaphorically, Thalassa, I'm talking about realistically.
I mean, it both apply. Well, what are we doing? Let's make a plan.
Just,
That is a good idea.
I got 5 gold that the plan goes out the window in the first 5 minutes.
Because of you,
Not be
That is
Vasilis.
sometimes
a
true.
bet that I'm willing to take as
So-
well.
As you're talking, I mean, the ship is passing you essentially. Like it's moving, so it will not be here forever.
Thalassa,
Does anyone have a plan?
what can you do with your Bident?
I can get them to us
Should we wave?
as long as
See
it
if
works.
they are going to come to us willingly?
Probably we could. I don't know. We could try.
Just give him the little hitchhiker's thumb.
Wait,
Invoke parlay.
I think I have something. As I start digging through my bag, I
Mhm.
pull out a small little steel mirror.
Mm-hmm.
I could signal them with this.
I mean, if you would like to, or I can change the current.
I kind of like my idea.
Let's
Go
do,
for it.
Let's do both.
And then maybe we try yours. If
I'm
it
gonna
doesn't work,
whisper
because I'm
in
kind of like
Thalas's ear.
excited about this.
I'm gonna whisper in
Yeah.
Thalas's ears. Just do it. Just do it. It'll make him feel
Yes.
better. It'll make him feel better. Just do it. He's really down right now. He already feels like he probably can't trust you.
Just me.
You killed that guy.
Oh,
I kind of
thank
step out in
goodness.
front of them and hold this up towards the sky and try to like, get it to like flashlight.
Hey. Thalassa, are you doing anything while Alondros does this?
I'll just watch him.
Okay. Roll me
You have to do it.
Alondros, roll me a persuasion check, but do not add your proficiency bonus. This is just going to be a straight persuasion.
What does that even look like without proficiency?
Actually, instead of adding your proficiency,
What if
just
I
add
roll
your
the
charisma?
survival?
Oh, survival sounds great. That is actually perfect.
Can I assist him by casting the light cantrip?
Yeah, roll survival with advantage.
Okay. Not bad.
You see as you're trying to get ship, it passes you slowly and is now past you, and you think maybe they didn't see us, and then you a bell, like some bells and some calls that are going across the water. You can't make out what they are, but you see as the ship was just sort of slowly moving, like on current or wind, some oars push out from the sides of the ship, and they begin to row, and you see the ship begins to turn slowly and head in your direction.
Hey, just a thought.
I
What if we
think they're
disguise?
coming.
Yeah,
I think they're coming.
I think they are too. What? Just a thought. They're gonna see us and be like, "Hey, you guys are the ones that sunk our ship. Can we disguise ourselves?"
Well, I mean,
Vasilis, I
Vasilis
think you're
looks
good.
half dead, so he's good.
Well, they wouldn't recognize him anyways,
Yes.
Ah,
right?
that's right.
And you have your hat.
I do have my hat.
Um,
No, I don't. I gave it
You
to
don't?
I gave it to Adelphos.
Yep.
Oh. You could
Mm-hmm. Speak to me.
cast invisibility on yourself.
Yes.
I could do the same on someone else, or morph them into some sort of animal. Lhasa, maybe you could turn yourself into a fish. We would just be animals, though. And then some invisible people and a single man that's half
Holding us in
skeleton.
a little tank.
Are you at all, Callan, proficient in disguising and makeup artistry by chance?
And no.
Is anyone else good at that?
I mean, I can make maps. I could draw a map all over me.
I mean, I could paint a picture as well,
I
but
can cast disguise self.
So as you all are deliberating on what you're going to do, the ship draws closer.
I cast disguise self
Um,
on Alondros. I'm stressed. I can't think.
do it on yourself. If they
And-
hate anyone, it's going to be you.
But I can make myself invisible. And I'm super sneaky.
But not at the same time.
And you see the oars go in on the side that's getting closer to the shore. They're about 10 yards away as the ship comes to a halt. and
will
one of the crew members. Yeah.
cast disguise self on myself.
Okay.
And I want to make myself look like
Like your friend that you killed.
that old sailor that we met.
Odysseus,
Yes.
or the old,
No, 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 no,
or
no.
the
Man.
old Jethro.
Jethro. I want to look like Jethro.
Okay. All right. And you, without any words, you see the crew just sort of toss a rope out to you guys.
Does anybody else think this is slightly suspicious?
Extreme.
Do they often pick up random sailors?
I mean, maybe this is how they come into this world. Or this realm.
Wouldn't they get off a boat? Like we did.
I don't know, but I think we should take the rope. I'll go first.
I mean, I didn't kill anyone. They just tried to steal me. I mean, other than the one guy in the bar, yes.
Oh, yep.
They may not recognize me.
So you take the rope, Callan.
Yes.
All right. And as you hold on to it, they sort of pull you wade out into the water to about waist deep, and then they sort of like pull you up on board the ship through the water. And then you see as they toss another rope out the group.
I'll go next.
Okay. You grab a hold of the rope. They pull you up onto deck. Toss the rope over again.
As soon as I get on deck, can I go over to Jethro
Mm-hmm.
and just say, "You captured me"?
Okay.
Hinting like, pretend like you captured me,
Yes.
just in case.
Yes, if things come to that, I will do that.
The rope comes back. Vasilis, Alondros.
Yeah, we follow suit.
Right.
I would let
And you're all
Vasilis
brought
go
on-
first.
Okay, Vasilis, you're pulled onto the deck. As are you, Alondros. And you see the oars go out and push the ship off of the shoreline into deeper waters, and it begins to sail in a different direction than it was headed the other time.
Are they acknowledging us at all?
Yeah, what
Is
the,
that going for?
what are the are there people?
There are, yeah. You see that there's a mix. Callan, you recognize few of them. There are some that were a part of the Overseers of the Law. You recognized the crew of the Obtainer.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are others from walks of life whom you don't recognize. But you can tell that they are sailors for the most part, as they seem to just kind of be going about doing the work aboard the ship, keeping to themselves.
Hello,
Who pulled us aboard? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, who pulled us aboard?
It was one of the crew of the Valiant who passed away. The one that was eaten by the giant shark, the giant
no.
monster. And you see he kind of like looks perplexed as he pulls Alondros and Thalassa aboard. And he just kind of says, "Oh, I guess I would have assumed you would have made it to somewhere else."
Yes, well, not everything is what you think it is. Guess in this life and the next and such. Thank you for letting us aboard.
sir.
Is there a captain?
And he kind of like looks around and he says, yes, there's someone in charge, though he's not necessarily a captain. Well, he's a captain of sorts, but if you'd like, I could go get him.
What is his name?
He hasn't told us. And you see he walks back to the rear of the ship.
If Jethro
Where
walks out of this room,
where the captain's quarter is. And
Wouldn't that just be the greatest thing ever?
That'd be hilarious. Ooh.
We actually get to see. Oh my goodness.
yep.
I'm sure it's not
So-
because there's combat
Nope.
coming.
But isn't that cool? Like we saw this thing in physical form, and now we're
Now
seeing
it's
it
in
in digital
digital.
form. Like that's
So
actually
true.
really cool.
Yeah.
Like
I should send you
That's-
guys. I have pictures of that session. I should send you guys the pictures
Yeah.
yeah.
with all of our minis on it. Remember that one
Um,
time when I tried to jump up that post?
And it is kind of eerie being on the Obtainer, as the last time you remember seeing it flame in the ocean, not far from shore, as you began your journey. And after a bit, you see this crewman walks out of the captain's quarters, and following behind him is tall, age-worn man wearing golden armor adorned with white cloak and red roses, as you see Proteus walk out of the cabin gate. And he turns to you six and he goes, so the heroes have fallen. Welcome to Narano. And that's where we'll end our session.
Oh
Dude.
my gosh.
Gosh. Let's kill him.
He's already dead.
Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Totally different interaction we're about to have with him now.
I didn't even think about him being there.
That was
Like,
that was
at
not
all.
even on my
Right.
radar.
And they assume that we're all dead,
Yeah.
which is a
Yep.
crazy,
It's excellent.
not what I imagined.
Well, they just think you're Jethro, so you know. whatever.
Yeah. They only see
Oh my
2 of the
gosh.
5 original ones. Okay. Thanks for joining us this episode. As always, go check us out and our other campaigns we play. Season 1 of podcast can be found. An entire 55 episodes leading up to. And if you're not on YouTube, come check us out on YouTube and check out Curse of Strahd, run by Tyson. Our first campaign on this platform. Absolutely amazing. And anything else anybody else wants to plug?
We've got a lot of cool one shots.
Yeah, go check our yeah, we
Oh.
do.
This guy right here DM'd one.
My
Yep.
first
Yeah.
one.
In one shot.
The alien one shot, super good, by the way.
That was the last one we did, and it was great. And hey, comment below any other one shots you want us to try. The biggest surprise that came from this episode. There was a lot.
Yeah, and I want to hear, like, was that who you were expecting? Who were you expecting to come out? I was more on board for Jethro than I was for Proteus. So what were your thoughts? Like, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And as always,
We love
we
you.
love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Love you.